I have a 9-year-old son. My 9-year-old son was diagnosed with autism at the age of 2.5 years old. And I remember that those first 4 years were extremely difficult. I was told by doctors that my son would most likely be institutionalized, that he would never speak, and that life would really become very difficult here for us in our home. It was extremely difficult listening to doctors giving me nothing but negative things over and over. And at the age of 4.5, I decided it was time to take things into my own hands and really dig deep into different ways that we could help treat my son. I have one the biomedical way. I have one hyperbaric chamber. And the last thing that we did, the last two things that we did is we traveled internationally for stem cell injections for my son. Probably of all those things, the most effective thing was those stem cell injections. Not enough.
Yeah,
very minimal results. But for me, minimal as a mom is big. You're just looking for something. Even if it's just a better quality of life. So we shortly after, a few months later, got a phone call from our dear friend, like I said before earlier on, from our dear friend Mark Hernandez and Saeed. And they shared a little bit about the patch, and they started to talk about how the patch worked off light therapy, which I was already a little familiar with, infrared light and all these different things that could help a body heal naturally. And I was extremely eager to hear testimonies, but they didn't really have many that we were able to grasp for anyone diagnosed with autism. So with my due diligence and doing some research on my own, I decided to give it a shot. And I said, the worst that I could do is nothing, honestly. It's completely holistic. It's safe. There's no ingredients here. It's actually safer than me traveling internationally to get stem cell injections. Well, within a week's time, we watched our son. We noticed his demeanor calm down. He was a lot calmer. My son has OCD. He's got apraxia and sensory processing disorder. So it's really hard for him to do day-to-day things that could be so incredibly easy for just the normal person. Well, within a week's time, my son learned how to swing on a swing. And I know that's going to sound like a big nothing to maybe some, but as a mom, I'm sure there's many moms here that could feel my heart right now. When I saw my son who could not swing on a swing, and finally be able to get on that swing and swing on that swing. And he swung all summer. And the joy in his face, I knew I was onto something really big right here, because those stem cell injections were not able to provide that. And we just kept patching and we just kept watching. And not only did he swing on a swing, my son learned how to ride a bike. So with apraxia, if you don't know what apraxia is, the simplest way for me to word it is a brain-body disconnect. So your brain knows what you want to do, but your body can't execute. And my son got on a bike. He got on a Peloton. We love Peloton here at home, and he's been wanting to do it. I locked him in. I got small feet. He's got big feet. We locked him in. He was able to the little difference in shoe size, but he got on and he's been riding his bike and he loves it and he's so happy. And not only has he been able to do that, he's able to now spell on a letterboard. And we have a letterboard, it's 26 letters, and he's able to, it's a motor skill, it's an acquired motor skill, and it's very difficult for little bodies to acquire this skill. And he's now spelling on a letterboard. So they told me that my son was basically they were comparing my son to someone with MR. And in turn, my son is actually a genius. He's very smart. I'm not here to brag. But for somebody who cannot speak and has been told everything that they cannot do and all the things that were wrong with him, he's incredibly bright. He's riding a bike. He's on a swing. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I can't wait to see what the next 6 months to 1 year bring him. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
And
what a joy that is to have to see your son do that. And pretty much, just mind-boggling for a parent, but so we will continue.